Perhaps it is the natural evolution of wildly successful, disruptive phenomena that they eventually become the thing that they initially displaced. When it comes to that sliver of YouTube that is concerned with news and politics, and it's worth remembering it is just a small sliver of the overall platform, it appears that YouTube is trying to become the thing it was slowly making obsolete. In the past few years, YouTube has gone from post whatever you like to make sure you stay between the lines. And if you want to make any money, make sure to stay away from particular topics. And if you do have a view on one of them, you probably have a better chance of surviving the censors if you adhere to a certain ideological perspective. And to make things even more interesting, we'll continue to redraw the lines on what is and isn't permissible to exclude those perspectives we deem to be problematic. Now, before the emotional infants start smashing out hot takes like, but Google's a private company, man, they can do whatever they want. Yes, they can, and I agree with that. This is not an argument against their ability to do so. It's simply an observation of the way things have evolved over the last few years. First, it was the adpocalypse, which kicked off almost 2.5 years ago, and since then the censorship has gotten tighter, aided and abetted by dubious reports masquerading as empirical studies that purport to demonstrate how the dangerous rabbit hole of alt-right and alt-light YouTubers lead you down the path to radicalization. And so to the latest round of correcting wrongthink by our YouTube overlords, which I estimate has been going on for possibly 5 or 6 months now. It was laid out in a recent blog post by Censor-in-Chief Susan Wojcicki, ironically titled, Preserving Openness Through Responsibility. After a long, boring introduction about how YouTube is committed to openness,
that's some bullshit,
she gets to the issue of problematic content and what they're doing to address it. Specifically, we raise up authoritative voices when people are looking for breaking news and information, especially during breaking news moments. Our breaking and top news shelves are available in 40 countries, and we're continuing to expand that number. Of course, that means promoting mainstream media channels because, they do such a wonderful job of accurately reporting the news. The truth about the Covington Boys High School incident was instructive. In fact, it was reported accurately on YouTube, but by individual creators, yours truly among them, after the mainstream media had completely botched it. So yes, I'm all for authoritative sources, but let's not pretend the mainstream media is always authoritative. Also, Wojcicki added, we reduce the spread of content that brushes right up against our policy line. Already in the US, where we made changes to recommendations earlier this year, we've seen a 50% drop in watch time to this type of content, meaning quality content has more of a chance to shine. And we've begun experimenting with this change in the UK, Ireland, South Africa, and other English language markets. And I can attest to the fact that this has happened here in Australia. Of course, what type of content brushes up against policy guidelines is extremely vague, but apparently telling people the gender pay gap is a misleading crock of shit will do it. And what does quality content mean? Content that agrees with Google's ideological viewpoint? Now, not many creators I've seen have talked about this latest iteration of censorship, with the exception of Dave Cullen, who has made several videos on the topic and more recently talked about how views on his channel and several others, including mine, have tanked in recent months. And I think I'm in an especially unique position to make this observation, since I actually stopped making videos for about 3 months last year. I put out a video on April 14th, 2018 and didn't post another one until July 16th. So for the months of May and June of 2018, I didn't make a single video, yet my channel managed to get around 420,000 views for May, about 14,000 per day, and 350,000 views for June, or almost 12,000 views a day. Fast forward to this year, I put out 6 videos in the month of June and got a total of 235,000 views, or about 8,000 a day. That's a drop of a third compared to a month in which I put out 0 content. In August this year, I put out 4 videos and generated just 123,000 views for the month, a drop of 65% compared to a month in which I put out 0 videos. I estimate that if I put out 0 videos in August, my views would have been down something like 85 to 90% compared to June last year. Looked at in terms of subscribers, I added just over 1,000 subs in May 2018 and 810 subs in June, despite putting out no content. In June this year, after putting out 6 videos, I added 442 subscribers. In July, I lost 239 subs, and in August, I lost another 154 subscribers. Those are the only 2 months in the past 3.5 years since I started YouTube that I actually lost subscribers. I used to average about 3,000 new subs a month, which consists of adding about 125 new subscribers every day and losing about 25 for a net gain of about 100 a day. So clearly, not only aren't my new videos being recommended by the YouTube algorithm, it applies to my whole back catalogue. And less people seeing your videos means less people subscribe. And that's how YouTube destroys a healthy channel. I mean, it's not like I changed my content. I'm still focused on criticizing social justice wokery that is even more prescient in the ongoing culture wars. It comes down to the simple fact that my videos are just not being recommended. And you may have noticed this yourself. You didn't have to visit individual channels all the time for content because the channels you regularly watch would come up in your feed. It only occurred to me recently that I haven't seen a single video recommended from channels I often watch, like Sargon of Akkad or The Rubin Report, in months. They just don't show up in my feed. The only way to know they've put out new content is to click the bell icon. But perhaps they'll even take that away eventually. For now, I still have monetization on my channel, and most, I would say 2/3 of my videos still get monetized, although how long that will last, I have no idea, and not a lot of confidence. There's been an alarming number of channel deletions and demonetizations in recent months. Black Pigeon Speaks had his entire channel deleted overnight. It was then restored a day later. Then 2 weeks after that, his channel was completely demonetized. Now, to be honest, none of this is surprising if you've been paying attention to YouTube's creeping censorship over the last few years. It's all been moving in one direction, narrowing the definition of what is and isn't acceptable. So what am I going to do about it? Well, I finally got my own website. Yes, as threatened more than 6 months ago, I now have my very own Independent Man website. And I kept it fairly simple. There's a page for my videos, which includes the entire back catalogue. I've embedded the IM shop in the website for easy access. There's a contact page, a news page, and most importantly, a subscription page. There are 2 types of subscriptions on offer. The first is free. You simply sign up and you'll receive an email on the 1st of each month that provides links to all the videos I created in the previous month. The second type is a paid subscription service to IM Premium. For just $4 a month, you'll have access to guaranteed new and exclusive content delivered to your inbox every month. Premium content will be videos, articles, or perhaps both. Right now, if you sign up, there are already 2 premium content videos, and I've also added all the deep dive newsletters from this year. The video content is of the type you've become accustomed to on this channel. In the first video, I take apart the false claim that hate crimes are exploding out of control in the US. And in the second one, I demonstrate, contrary to popular belief, that the US is actually less racist today than before Trump was elected. So sign up to IM Premium to get access to that exclusive content. Now, I know from a survey I ran on Patreon a few years ago that a lot of people just want to support the channel and don't necessarily care about rewards. So you can still do that by clicking on the donate button under the one-time or monthly donation heading and just tick the box to make a monthly donation. Currently, I still have a Patreon and Subscribestar account. I would like to close both of those down, especially the Patreon account. The reason I haven't is because there are still some 44 subscribers hanging on over on that platform. If you are subscribing on either of those platforms for the deep dive newsletter, I won't be publishing that anymore. But as I said, you will be able to access the back catalogue of those newsletters on IM Premium, and from time to time, I will publish the type of articles that appeared in that newsletter under the IM Premium subscription. This has been long overdue and something I should have done a while ago. I'm preparing for what seems like the inevitable day when YouTube no longer finds my content acceptable. So if you value what I do, make sure to sign up and get notified of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, consider an IM Premium subscription or a monthly donation of your choice. I think it's more important now than it's ever been to support individual creators if you can. So take a look at the Independent Man website and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you next time.